Hello and welcome to Big Centre Magazine with me, Chanel Shea Calvin.
And me, Lee Bannister.
Now we're back with our weekly look at what's happening on the station. We'll have a roundup of some news and events happening in our local communities, and we'll be welcoming some special guests too.
Yep, we'll be reaching into the postbag to see what you've been talking to us about, and we'll be finding out your answers to our regular questions and challenges too.
Oh, now remember that you can send us your comments on your favourite shows whenever you like. And we'll be reading out as many as we can a little later on. So why not get in touch right now?
Right now, yes. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Just do a search for us. The word is Big Centre TV, all one word, OK? Or you can email us, postbag@bigcentre.tv.
Yeah, or you can put pen to paper and write to us. You ready?
Oh, yes.
I'm writing
there. Yeah, I'm doing mid-air writing, yeah.
And the address is, as you can see,
yes.
The Big Centre Magazine, Big Centre TV, 14A Lower Hall Lane, Walsall, WS11RL. That was good, that was.
I was dubbing you then. It was quite good, wasn't it? Yeah. Don't worry if you missed any of those anyway. We'll be clicking our fingers again at the end of the show.
Yeah, so that's the Big Centre Magazine where there's something different on every page.
Turn over the page. What do we have first? Well, sorry, too
so
cheesy, isn't it? We're going to start off with a look back at some of the highlights of this week here on Big Centre TV.
Yeah. Oh, and do you remember the song, Is This the Way to Amarillo?
I'm glad you got that line. I can't sing. Yes, I do. Hello. I do love that song as well, yeah.
It is good, isn't it? Well, the artist Tony Christie came in this week to share his life story with Des Tongue. Let's take a look.
So right then, life stories. Let's go right back.
Now then, memories.
Memories.
Right.
You were born in?
I was born in 1943 in a place called Conisbrough, which is about 6 miles from Doncaster. So I'm a South Yorkshire lad.
Right.
Yep.
Yorkshire lad, born and bred.
Yep.
And I read that your dad was Irish, played piano.
Yeah, my grandparents, my grandmother played the fiddle in a ceilidh band, and my grandfather played the squeeze box in a ceilidh band, and my father, he played the piano.
So it was like a musical family.
Yeah, very.
But when did you find out that you could sing? What was
I think the first time was when I was a little lad at school. I'd be about 6, 7, and the music teacher, we were all singing, and the music teacher walked down listening to everybody and grabbed me. She said, "You can sing, go and sit at the front." And I would be about 6, I think, then. And that was it. And when my relatives used to visit the house, my dad played the piano and I used to sing, and they'd give me 6pence. And I found out that not a bad job, this.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah, that's how I started.
Oh, I love Tony Christie. Now, if you're a fan of wrestling, you'll be glad to know that here on Big Centre TV, we have the British Wrestling Weekly. And here, what was that? You're a blur, then. You're a blur.
Wrestling move.
Scaring me. He's the presenter of the show with the rundown of last week's episode.
Hello and welcome to British Wrestling Weekly. I'm Charlie Shakespeare and I'll be your host as we take another incredible journey through the action-packed world of British wrestling. We've got a fantastic hour lined up for you, so without further ado, let's take a look at what you can expect to see in the next 60 minutes. He won his first televised 6-man match on this very show. Then, despite the actions of his best friend Dan James in the first attempt, he would eventually go on to win his first tag team match. Now on today's programme, Liam Slater will have his biggest test yet. Can he win his first televised singles contest against an opponent that has begun one of NGW's most impressive winning streaks? Will the dark ascension of the righteous Joseph Connors continue, or will Liam Slater's momentum finally come to an end?
And there'll be more from wrestling next week. We're doing some like kung fu things.
Probably, yeah, it's not wrestling, is it?
Now, Johnny Doom, who you may know from Krang Radio or from his regular appearance on What's On, is also the host of our music show Amped. On this week's programme, Johnny interviewed Scottish rock band Altered Sky.
But yeah, I first discovered you guys, I suppose in a way online. I was sent some music and then kind of played a track on my show. and there was just like this flurry of support and, you know, lots of fans getting in touch saying you really need to play this band, you need to get on this band. And I was kind of a little bit bowled over by the amount of support, to be honest. But before we get onto that, I mean, when did it all start anyway, and how did you all get together?
This was like not an intended project. we kind of started out together because I'd written some songs myself.
Right.
And I met Amy, who was a drummer, and we thought, you know, we could maybe try something here. And and then we decided after one band practice, because we were gonna, you know, start as sort of session musicians.
Yeah.
Ross and Richard we're gonna jump on board with guitar, and then we were like, do you want to just be a band?
Yeah.
Just kind of started like that.
Well, we've got one, we might as well try it. Yeah.
Their hair was so cool.
It's
wasn't
cool,
it?
yeah, I like that, yeah. Anyway, remember you can see those and a whole lot more on our Watch Again service online. Just log on to www.bigcentre.tv.
Now it's time for a look at some of this week's news stories, and Dudley has been very popular this week, actually.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. As Dudley Zoo's historic bear enclosure, known as the Ravine, is no longer deemed at risk, according to the Heritage Watchdog.
The building has undergone extensive restoration work over the last few years.
Yeah, now Lindsay Smith found out what it is that makes these buildings so important.
This bear ravine was designed by a Russian-born architect, the name of Berthold Lebekin. And he had a team of architects who he worked with. They were called the Tecton team. Back in 1935, he started the project here of building 13 Tecton buildings, which we now have 12. One was demolished. The buildings are all grade 2 and 2-star listed. There's, like I said, 12 of them left. This bear ravine has now been taken off the at-risk register, which at Dudley Zoo we're absolutely delighted for.
And why was it deemed at risk?
Because of the years of no maintenance, the ingress of water over the years has decayed the concrete in such a way that the steel has blown off all the face, and it was deemed structurally unsound.
What kind of work has been done to help protect it?
As practically possible, the top of the bear ravine, as you can see all around the top, the landing and the cantilever down at the back there, has been coated with an epoxy. It's a new material. It stopped the ingress of water from the top. It's been coated up 3 times, 3 different layers, so the water can't get through to the concrete anymore from the top, which was the major part. The water was settling on the top and seeping through, and subsaturate was wet for a long time. Over the years, it's got through all the paint coatings. We've removed 70 years worth of paint from the structure and uncovered lots of history, and hopefully that will stop it decaying again in the future.
Why is it important to keep something like this?
It's massively important to keep this structure, not only because it's listed so highly in status like the Taj Mahal and Machu Picchu. It is the biggest single collection of Tecton buildings in the world. And for us to have worked on it, it's absolutely fantastic to have these 12 buildings in one place on site at Dudley Zoo.
I love Dudley Zoo. Anyway, sticking with Dudley, you might have noticed something different in the area as a statue in tribute of Dudley poet Ben Boucher has been unveiled.
Oh, and one of our viewers, Rod Phillips, sent us this photo.
Like that.
Oh, that's nice. Now, the bronze monument is part of a multi-million-pound revamp of the town centre, and our Emma Wotton went to Dudley Town Centre to find out the public's reaction to the statue.
I think it's absolutely marvellous. It's really nice for the town, I really do. Some people might say, what a waste of money, but it's not, it's beautiful. I think Dudley's been ignored for quite a while, and I think it will help to bring people here when they know the way the development's going on, but it also brings, just to look at him brings back old memories. It's really nice.
And do you know much about this poet in particular?
I don't know, but I'm going to look it up when I go home.
So tell me, what do you think about the statue?
It's brilliant, it does. It's great. It's a bit of history for the Dudley.
And what do you think it will bring to Dudley?
Hopefully some more tourism in there, and some more interest in that.
Do you know who is the person in the statue?
Not at the moment, no, there, dear.
So what do you think about this statue?
Well, I think it's lovely to bring that to Dudley. It's a big improvement, but will they make mockery of him? Will they destroy him? Or will they hang things on him and make a mockery? Other than that, lovely.
Yeah, really cool. Like
It is,
that.
isn't it?
Must go and see it.
Now, with half term just around the corner, new projects opening up in Dudley will be looking to encourage families to their attractions.
Yeah, one of them being the Dudley Canal Trust portal. Lois Swinnerton reports.
Now open for business, Dudley Canals Trust's new multi-million-pound visitor centre. The portal is welcoming visitors of all ages and sees the original site upgraded to a new site just across the canal.
We've traded for about the last 50 years from the 3 green huts that you can see behind me. I think they must have cost us a couple of £100 at the most, and we're now in £3.5 million worth of purpose-built visitor centre. So massively different for everyone, the customer, the people who work here, the skippers. It's a massive difference.
The portal is all part of the wider £10 million Castle Hill regeneration project, funded by the European Regional Development Fund and the Heritage Lottery. The project aims to boost tourism and create new jobs for the people of Dudley. So how will the Canal Trust play its part?
We hope we really makes us one of the bigger players, adds to our visitor numbers, gives jobs to the local community and a place for people to come and spend their leisure time. So yeah, we hope it really fits in.
The site features a restaurant, shop and space for school workshops and community events. And with Halloween just around the corner, the Trust have plenty of activities in store.
Halloween kicks in on the 28th for 4 nights. So we're offering a family-friendly Halloween for those people who want to come and just get involved in the feeling of Halloween. But then later on in the evening, for people who want to try and be scared, we've got a scary one. So, and if you think you've ever been in the dark, it's dark in there, so that'll be fun. And then straight after that, Santa kicks in. So we've got double the amount of Santa trips that we've done before, and we're in our 30th year, so we hope Santa will play a big part of our trips as well.
Here there's still a few finishing touches to be made, but with many other projects in Dudley now opening to the public, it appears the Black Country is finally getting its long-awaited boost. Lois Swinnerton for the Midland in Dudley.
Now the centre is open 7 days a week from 10 in the morning until 5 at night.
Yeah, might pop along. Now, it's not every day that you can get an award for doing your usual 9-to-5 job, but for 2 electricians from Dudley, a nationwide award that will recognise them for their work is within reach.
Oh, the company made the headlines earlier in the year after fitting a CCTV system for Kings Wingford, British Legion for free, following a burglary which saw nearly £5,000 stolen from the premises. Now, Roshni Patel has been to meet the pair.
Meet Mark Dealey and Dean Wildblood, co-owners of a Dudley-based electrical company which has caused quite a spark and is now in the running to be crowned Britain's top tradesperson.
It's nice to get sort of recognition for the hard work we've been doing. Just pride, basically.
Yeah, it's nice to be nominated and get this far. I just happened to be in the screw fix this year and saw the form, thought I'd fill it in and see. We had to put forward a reason why, and we just put down that we'd done the work for the British Legion after they'd been broken into. We mentioned that we do the work with Dudley College with their students, and it just seemed to go from there.
The competition, sponsored by Screwfix, will see Mark and Dean go head-to-head with 4 others. And if they don't get those wires crossed, they'll be heading to Wembley Stadium for next month's final.
I was surprised. I didn't think anything had come through once I'd sent the form in originally. I didn't think we'd hear anything again, so I was quite surprised when we started getting calls, and it seemed to steamroll from there.
But then again, there's no reason why we shouldn't. You know, we're as good as anyone out there.
But for Mark and Dean, winning this award means much more than just getting a prize at the end of it all.
Immensely proud. Would it be good to show that, you know, we're from the area and that's how far we can go, and going up against, I know the guy who won last year was from Ireland, so...
How was he?
It's not like it's just a small local competition, so would it be good to show that obviously this area have got good tradesmen?
Yeah.
Having beaten off thousands of tradespeople across the country to get this far, these electricians are hoping that the luck on their fuse isn't about to blow. This is Roshni Patel for The Midland in Kings Winford.
Best of luck to them.
Yeah. Now, that news story has led us very nicely into this week's question.
Yeah, we want to know about any awards that you have received or any achievements for which you have been recognised.
Or you can suggest someone who would be deserving of a special award.
Yeah, why not tell us about them, or if you've got any photos or videos, send them in and we'll try and show the best ones and talk about the best ones in a future show.
Yeah, I'll remind you of our contact details later on in the programme.
Yeah, also look out for your responses to last week's question a little later on in the programme.
Yeah, well that's it for part 1, but don't go anywhere as we'll see you again in a couple of minutes. Isn't it? Well, welcome back to the Big Centre magazine with me, Chanel Shea Calvin.
And me, Lee Bannister.
OK, we're turning the page again, and who do we find?
Who do we find indeed? It's Des and Gary.
Oh.
What? They've got to look back at what's on over the next few days.
On Tuesday, there's a ghoulish gathering of pumpkin carving at Beckett's farm.
Why?
That's near you, isn't it?
Why?
Well, it's Halloween coming up, isn't it?
Oh, we don't do Halloween. You don't do rubbish. Oh, Halloween.
Well, great news for you parents, because your little monsters will be responsible for scooping out the pumpkin brains and choosing their pumpkin face and pinning out the template and then finally covering it in skeleton dust so that the masters, that's mum and dad, can do the carving. Fancy dress is optional, but there will be an extra treat for any little goblins, ghosts and witches that make a ghastly effort.
Yeah. Don't come knocking on my door, I tell you. Little ones.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that thing that you can get now where is a face, and when you press it, it starts talking?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
No, sounds really good, that.
Yeah.
Anyway, over at Blakesley Hall in Yardley, I used to live by there. The year is 1645 and the Witchfinder General has descended upon Blakesley Hall in search of witches. Find out about this scary episode of British history and see the hall dressed for Halloween. Oh, why do we do Halloween? And finally, do you dare to explore the spooky cellars at Soho House? This Halloween, take part in the Children's Trail and help hunt down all the bats which have escaped in and around Soho House Museum, and all 3 events run until Saturday. I'm very miserable, aren't I? I just don't do Halloween. I don't. It's another American thing, and what a waste of time.
Money. Anyway,
go on.
Right, at the Hyatt Regency, starting at midday, come along for lunch with Jasper Carrot.
Now that'll be good.
In support of the Birmingham Big Art project, which aims to commission and install an iconic piece of public art for Birmingham City Centre, which will put the city on the world's cultural map.
Oh, lovely.
Tickets are £40 per person, which includes an arrival glass of wine, 2-course meal with tea and coffee, a glass of wine with lunch, and entertainment by the actor and Jasper, the actor and comedian Jasper Carrot himself.
Jasper. I used to play his remember cassette tapes.
Yeah.
In the car in my Ford Anglia years ago. I used to love Jasper Carrot, and I used to I bought a couple of his cassettes, and I always used to play him in the car.
Funky Moped.
He did that one, and but he's just listening to him and tell his stories about how the mole catcher in Solihull.
Right.
I know that.
Go on, you do this one.
Is it me? Okay.
Yeah.
Wednesday now, is it?
Already.
Time flies when you're having fun. And after an amazing run at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, the Giggle Dungeon is playing the Mockingbird Theatre an entire night of stand-up comedy for free. We love free. But remember, there are only 100 seats, so make sure you get there nice and early.
That Mockingbird's quite good, isn't it? It's the one in the custard factory.
Oh, is that the bar that's there?
Yeah, and it's attached to the theatre.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good. It's got a nice theatre there, isn't it? Nice small, very intimate.
Yeah.
Intimate theatre.
Over at the new Alex, Soul Legends has an all-star cast of talented singers, including a lady who's been on Big Centre TV before, Jaki Graham, and reviving everyone's favourite soul classics, including Respect, Soul Man, Ain't Nobody, Knock on Wood, Midnight Hour, Sex Machine. The list goes on. Ain't no stopping.
What machine?
Sex Machine.
Sex Machine.
Yeah, Beat It, 3 Times a Lady. Loads more. And here's a quick look at Jaki back in 1986, breaking away.
Sex Machine, I like it like that. Thursday now. Some of Britain's hottest young acrobats are at the heart of bromance. Is it a romance?
Bromance.
Bromance, that's what it is. Bromance. It's not a spelling mistake. Well done. Where handshakes become handstands and back slaps become backflips. Can you do a black flip?
No.
No, not me. Audacious, touching, exhilarating, and with a great soundtrack, this is a tour de force, opposed to a Tour de France, of cutting-edge physical heroics, wittily exploring male companionship and its limits. And that's on at the Patrick Centre on Her Street Thursday and Friday. Patrick Centre is in the Hippodromes.
Right.
It's their studio theatre.
So down that side.
Yeah, but it's in the Hippodrome, but you go in the... Yeah.
Right, OK. And running until Saturday, the Birmingham Beer and Cider Festival
Now we're
takes place
talking.
in the new Bingley Hall down in Hockley. That's just underneath the flyover on the right.
On the right?
Yeah.
You have to do the hand to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you say it without doing the hand motion where it is?
Right, it's on the right.
You can't, can you now?
With more than 300 real ales and over 100 ciders and perries, you can certainly find a drink to suit your taste, and at a fiver. A fiver? That sounds like a bargain to
You
me.
must have to buy your booze, surely.
Oh, I think what you do is you buy tokens and then, you know...
Is there any parking?
Yeah, I think so.
But plenty of parking, that's right.
There's even entertainment, and one of the acts is Ali Campbell's daughter, Indica.
Oh.
So that should be fun.
That'll be good. Ali Campbell as of UB40?
Yes, yes. And his dad, who was the famous... folk
Mr.
singer.
Campbell.
Mr. Campbell. Campbell's soup. No, no.
Right, there's a really great night of music ahead at St George's Hall in Bewdley. Oh, and I used to live in Bewdley.
Is there anywhere you haven't lived?
I tell you, I did. I really used to live in Bewdley. I did.
Right. Lovely place.
What was it called? Not Grosvenor Crescent. Belvedere Crescent.
Right.
I lived in Bewdley. There we go.
there you
Anybody
go.
in Bewdley? Belvedere Crescent. He lives there. Next door to the poor guy, the drummer that died, Black Sabbath drummer, that died, passed away years ago.
Ooh, don't know.
His brother, anyway.
Right.
Bought the house off him. Anyway. Series, it's called A Music in the Hall, and it's a series, and it's starring one of the hottest bands in the UK who recently featured on BBC One's Andrew Marr programme, The Dreaming Spires. Latest album, Searching for the Super Truth, has been commanding big sales and masses of airplay. With able support from local artists, it's well worth the £8.
The guys came
Bonham.
in. Oh, right, yeah, Bonham. Yeah, he was
John
Led
Bonham.
Zeppelin, not Black Sabbath.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, his brother. I bought the house off him.
Oh,
His
Bob
brother.
Bonham.
Bob Bonham, with a moustache. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, it was him.
The guys from Bewdley came in. They really, really enthusiastic. Yeah, it's a good little series of stuff, that.
Doesn't flood anymore either since they put the
No,
flood
it
barrier
doesn't.
defence.
No.
It's really good. Nice little village, Bewdley.
And of course, Des and Gary will be back at the same time next week.
Oh, I love you, really. Now remember, if you want even more What's On news, you can join me for the What's On show on Monday night at 7 p.m.
Now, something else underway at the moment is Black History Month, which is being celebrated in different parts of the world in order to highlight the achievements of black people, past and present.
And Barbican School incorporates Black history as part of its curriculum. Louisa Huggins has the details.
Black History Month is a time to celebrate influential black figures past and present. The month highlights the achievements of black role models, and here at Barbican they are certainly embracing the month.
We took a different approach this year, and an approach which I don't think many schools have gone down the route of. We took a celebratory approach. We actually modelled it earlier in February this year with Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual and Transgender Month, where instead of focusing on the misery of an oppressed people, people who've faced horrendous discrimination, while we deal with that in history, for example, and PSHE and that side of things, we actually want to celebrate people who have protected characteristics. So like we did with LGBT History Month, where we chose a lot of famous faces, many of whom subsequently, once we put those faces on our internet, and on our website and on our social media, they now follow us, which is nice, as well as us following them. We've taken a very similar approach for Black History Month this year, and we've got black politicians, black astronauts, singers, sports stars, mathematicians, the full range, and they're following us now. We're promoting their good work, and we're promoting them as role models for our young people to emulate.
Here at Barbican they've celebrated the month by providing workshops, activities and assemblies in order to allow the pupils to further their understanding of the history.
And we've just learned about the history of blacks, obviously, and how they've been treated in the past and how they've risen to fame. I've seen how they've worked hard, and that inspires me to do the same thing.
I think here at Barbican we take a different approach to showing Black History Month. A lot of people have different visions and views of Black History Month, and I think here we like to open people's eyes and maybe take a bit of an abstract approach to Black History Month. I've had a huge part to play in this year's Black History Month at Barbican. I've done a couple of assemblies, so hopefully, I mean, that will show some people about Black History Month.
I think it's been really interesting to see how people have fought and struggled to get us to where we are today, and it's really inspiring. I think that it's important to learn about different cultures so that we can be more aware of the people around us and how to help people and how they struggle along with us. It's like a feeling of togetherness, and you feel it's really inspiring to learn about other people.
Different schools from across the region are celebrating the month to acknowledge the achievements and triumphs of black people from all over the world.
Right, when we come back, we'll be looking into the postbag, we'll have this week's community news, and we'll be hearing your answers to our latest challenge.
Oh, and we'll be getting all silly with our regular tea time Tisva slots. Come back in a few minutes.
Oh, sorry.
Hello and welcome back to the Big Centre magazine with me, Chanel Sheikh Alvin.
And me, Lee Bannister. Right.
It's now time to look into the postbag to see what you've been saying to us.
Let's have a look.
You've got yours there.
I have indeed.
Oh, and Jim Kelly has emailed us to say, Big Centre TV is becoming my channel of choice. I very much hope that you continue to broadcast in the style you've adopted so far. That's nice, isn't it? Not overproduced. I like your raw honesty, real people, real stories. Well done and keep up the good work. That is really nice.
That is cool, actually.
So
yeah.
Thank you so much for that comment. It's really good for us to receive messages about what you think of us, and do keep them coming in. Good or bad, we do take all points on board.
That is true, actually, yeah. In fact, I don't know if you've spotted that we've got some new introductory idents now. They debuted last weekend. We've had a number of comments about them already. Now, if you remember, the old ones went down, 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 down. It's quite sharp tune.
It was, wasn't it?
And now the new ones go do 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 do. Yeah, anyway, our channel director Chris Perry wants to know what you think of them, and also of our singing, actually. Do you like the music? Have we missed anywhere out in the graphics, or do you wonder where one of the places is? I tell you what, I know there was a bit of a debate recently in the office as to where the Wednesbury windmill was. That appears in one of them. Yeah. Anyway, get in touch and let us know your thoughts, okay?
Nice. Next is, Chris Dale tweeted us saying, watching Terrorhawks on Big Centre TV, it still makes me goofily happy to look at my CDs and remember that I wrote an episode of it too.
Oh, wow, I like that.
That is, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks for that, Chris. We're both saying thank you. You should come in for a chat about that, actually.
That would be interesting, yeah. Now, also on Twitter, Daryl Slynn has been in touch to tell us how he feels about Tiswas. He says it's the best hour on TV this week. Tiswas pies again. Been in tears laughing for the last hour. Brilliant. TV gold. Couldn't agree more.
I thought you would.
Bit more Tiswas coming up in a bit.
Okay, so last week we asked you a question.
Yes. And it was all about things that you made and you're proud of.
Yep, and Nikki got in touch and she says that she's very proud of this cake that she made for her mum.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that looks well nice, that does.
Yeah. Look at all the hearts on there. But it tasted lovely too. Now, Sam Davis says, I think this little person is my greatest creation.
Oh, oh, she's in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, that's nice of it. And also Anthony Webster says, well, I'm quite chuffed about the cup of tea I've just made. It's award-winning, Chanel.
Oh, well, can I have some, please?
Why not?
Please, can you make me
2
some
teas,
tea?
please. There you go. Yes. Anyway, there's your postbag for this week. And if you want to get in touch with us, then we'll give you the details a little bit later on. Now it's time for a look at what's going on in your community. And if you know of something happening which could do with a little extra and free promotion, then why not get in touch with us?
And make sure you tell us in plenty of time and we'll tell you how you can get in touch with us again a little later on.
Now, following a gas escape, part of Leabrook Road in Wednesbury is going to be temporarily one way from Monday the 26th of October.
Major delays are expected, particularly at the roundabout at Gospel Road Park and Leabrook Road and around the Lions Island in Great Bridge.
Now, vehicles are going to be allowed to travel in a southwesterly direction only.
And there'll be no access to Leabrook Road off the Gospel Oak Road roundabout.
And then the diversion is going to be in place via Toll End Road, New Road, Great Western Way and the Black Country New Road.
Now, the work to repair the gas main is expected to take place until Friday the 30th of October.
Yeah, watch out for delays around that, it's worth mentioning. Now, Warsaw's former Poet Laureate Ian Henry is launching his latest book, Black Country Blues, at Wednesbury Library on Tuesday, on the 27th of October at 7:30 p.m. with an exclusive performance.
Oh, poetry and performing are Ian's loves, and he says he's never happier than when he is in front of a microphone and an audience.
Yes, I know that to be true. Now, Ian's had a very busy summer performing at festivals during 2015, namely the Black Country Festival in Dudley, the Red by Night Festival at the Black Country Living Museum, Cannock Fringe, Walsall Town Centre Festival and the Cradley Chainmakers Women's Festival, to name but a few.
Oh, it's quite a bit, isn't it?
Busy boy.
Proceeds from Ian's book, Black Country Blues, are being donated to cancer support at the White House in Dudley, and the foreword was written by Councillor Pete Lowe, leader of Dudley Council.
A quick reminder, the launch of Ian Henry's book, Black Country Blues, at Wednesbury Library on Tuesday the 27th of October at 7:30 p.m.
Now, just when you thought it was safe to go back into the library,
Really? Whoa, that's coming.
you can go to a Fright Night at Great Bridge Library on Friday the 30th of October.
Of course, it's Halloween, isn't it? Yes. Now, you can join them for an evening of horror films with creepy cocktails and finger food. We're not talking about real things.
I was going to say, do you mean like finger food?
Maybe not.
I
hope not, anyway.
Now, you'll need to get a ticket in advance and they cost £2, with all the proceeds going to the Tipton branch of the British Legion. Now, that's Great Bridge Library on Friday the 30th.
Now, also in Great Bridge, there's a free celebration during half term for people to find out more about a community project that runs activities for young people.
Great Bridge Community Forum has recently secured £105,000 from the Big Lottery Funds Reaching Communities programme to continue its Young People's project for another 3 years.
And the project also supports twice weekly after school clubs as well as holiday play schemes from Farley Park Lodge.
So why not pop along to Farley Park Lodge off Whitehall Road on Wednesday, on the 28th of October from 1:30 to 3 p.m.
Yeah. Now, as the nights continue to draw in, it's getting dark when we go home at night.
So creepy.
Well, Birmingham's road users are actually being urged to think safety after new figures showed October is actually the worst month for serious incidents.
Yep, over the last 5 years, a total of 228 people were killed or seriously injured on Birmingham's roads during October.
However, there was a 27% drop for November, which is the month immediately following the point at which the clocks are put back an hour.
Now, the figures have prompted reminders to all road users to ensure they wear clothing that makes them as visible as possible and consider their pedestrian routes if out and about in the evening, ensuring they use routes well lit by street lights and cross at safe and well lit places.
Now, essentially, it's fluorescent by day, reflective by night. And to light the way for secondary school children who are riding their bikes to school during the winter months, the council's road safety team are going to be giving out sets of bike lights to raise the importance of being seen while cycling on the road.
And there's also a biggest, brightest selfie competition. That is so cool.
I like the idea of that.
Now, that competition is for schools, which is being run to remind school children to keep themselves safe, as well as a chance for their school to win a scooter pod storage facility for their scooters.
I like that, yeah. Now, for more information about any of this, get in touch with the council's road safety education team at roadsafetyteam@birmingham.gov.uk.
Now, Birmingham residents are being reminded that the winter opening hours at the city's 5 household recycling centres come into effect from November the 1st until February the 29th.
Weekday opening hours are from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and at the weekends it's 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Yep, and the 5 HRC sites are as follows.
Okay, Holford Drive in Perry Bar, James Road in Tyseley, Lifford Lane in Kings Norton, Norris Way in Sutton Coldfield and Tameside Drive in Castle Bromwich.
Yeah, and for more information just visit www.birmingham.gov/HRC.
Next, people in Sandwell can have their say on neighbourhood issues at a series of forthcoming drop-in sessions.
They're offering people the chance to give feedback on how the council and its partners have done over the past year. And the sessions will also help set new priorities to improve the area for the year ahead.
Now, the first set of drop-in sessions are as follows. We've got another list.
We have.
West Bromwich Central Ward, Monday the 26th of October, 10:30 till 1:30 outside the Poundland in Queen Square in West Bromwich.
For the Friar Park in Wednesbury North and Wednesbury South wards, it's on Thursday the 29th of October at 2:30 up until 6:30 p.m. at Wednesbury Town Hall.
For the Newton Ward, it's on Friday the 30th of October, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Hampstead Library in Townhouse Community Centre in Great Bar.
And finally, for the Hateley Heath Ward, that will be on Wednesday the 4th of November, 4 till 6 p.m. at Stonecross Library.
Now, if you can't make any of the sessions or you prefer to give your views electronically, then you can simply go online to sandwell.gov.uk/neighbourhood surveys.
And we'll let you know of the next drop-in sessions over the next coming weeks.
Now, more than 70 free family fun events are lined up at Sandwell's libraries to keep youngsters occupied during half-term.
Yep, from a Mad Hatter tea party at Wednesbury on Monday, October 26th from 11 till 12, to a Halloween hunt at Thimble Mill on October the 28th, which takes place from 10:30 up until 12:30. Now, there's lots on offer at the borough's 19 libraries during the school break.
Great Bar Library is hosting a Minion Crafts event on October the 29th at 10:30 a.m. and there are family film clubs as well as PS4 and Xbox One game sessions at other libraries during the week.
Now, full details of all the events are on Sandwell Library's Facebook page or Sandwell Libs on Twitter. You can just read that there.
And for further information, just call your contact your local library, or you can call 0121 569 4911.
Now, Scare Seekers, I'll ruin that. I was just... Now, Scare Seekers can have Halloween fun in Albury when Sandwell's mayor opens the big house for some spooky tours.
It's all the ghosts taking control, you see, at the moment, yeah.
Ooh.
Now, this 200-year-old Grade 2 listed building in Church Street will reveal ghoulish secrets in the Halloween fundraiser on Saturday, October the 31st.
Ooh. Now, tickets for the hair-raising tour, which starts at 4 p.m, just cost only £4, with money going to Sandwell Mayor Councillor Barbara Price's chosen charity, Acorns Children's Hospice.
Yeah. And the fundraising continues with a Halloween night camp out in the big house by local hero and marathon man blind Dave Healy and Sandwell Council leader, Councillor Darren Cooper.
Anyone who wants to book a place for the tours or donate to the charity camp out, call the Mayor's office on 0121 569 3041, or you can email mayors_parlour@sandwell.gov.uk. So that's your community news for this week, but don't feel left out because there's something happening near to you, something that could use a little bit of boost by being mentioned on the telly, then you know where we are. And of course, for community news, it's free.
Yes, it is. Now, we'll try and get through as many as we can, and all that we ask is that you let us know just in plenty of time.
Yep, so you can email postbag@bigcentre.tv or send us a message on social media by searching Big Centre TV.
Or send us some details in the post and we can... There you go. Big Centre Magazine, Big Centre TV, 14A, Lower Hall Lane, Walsall, WS1 1RL.
Bye-bye.
Remembered it that time.
OK. It's now time for a drum roll.
Drum roll. Where are we going to roll it to?
Lee,
Right.
you haven't started this silliness already, haven't you?
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, it's tea time, Tiswas.
Hey! Sorry, it's a bit late. Yes, of course it is. It's your extra little bit of Tiswas each week here on the Big Centre Magazine. I think I've just blown his headphones off over there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Each week we have 4 and a bit chances to catch up with the silliness that was Tiswas.
4 and a bit?
Yes, 4 and a bit. That is Saturday nights at 10,
yeah.
Sunday mornings at 10,
yeah.
Wednesday afternoons at 3,
yeah.
and Friday nights at 10:30.
And the bit?
That's what we're going to do right now.
Ah, OK.
I like your little bit.
Yeah, that's my little bit. Anyway, if you have any strong memories of Tiswas or any clips you'd like to see again, if they can exist, we can find them.
Plus, if you ever recorded any of the episodes of Tiswas yourself back in the day, then please get in touch with us and you could find yourself on the telly.
Yes, we shall tell you how to get in touch a little later on. And if you want to talk about Tiswas online, then don't forget our very own hashtag this is what they want.
OK, now it's time for our weekly A to Z of Tiswoods. And where are we this week? Well, while he counts, let's roll the telecine.
This is the alphabetical celebration of a children's show that rocked a nation from a Midlands television station. Take a look at us now with Hit the Letter G, which stands for Gordon Astley, one of the main hosts of the Unlamented Final Series. Gordon was a DJ on a Wolverhampton radio station when ATV signed him up, and the rest is history, and so was Tiswas.
I wonder if you could just come over to your over to your telly, duster, bring a duster, your hanky will do, and could you just dust around, that's it, yeah, and a bit, no, next that, or don't go mad, just
You're right.
You're right.
And goodbye. This is Yelts and Nodrog welcoming you to another backward sport of world. And today we hope to be covering under the table tennis and Nash gym sticks. But first, we go over to the Palace Crystal for catching the shot. OK, hombre. Go for your guns. My guns? My guns? My guns? That was a spaghetti western.
What is that horrible slimy gloop that you'd see on Tiswas all the time? Oh yes, that's right. G brings us gunge. It's the substance that turns Saturday mornings into a multicoloured slop shop. But if it got chucked over you, don't worry, you'll have the slime of your life.
It's monitoring, darlings. Output of reggae and jam, and also the occasional low-flying moustache.
You're in for a lot of luck, actually, Mr. Donald. It could be your jammiest period of your life here.
Really, really. Well, thank you, Mr. Elbow, and I'd like to thank Mr. Elbow for coming in.
Mexican satellite's keeping us electronic beady eye on the bean crop. Yes. Now, the point of scientific interest here, the satellite is very cunningly propelled. Beans are fed into the engine at one end. You following this? Following this? You
following this, yes.
These are converted into a gas which is expelled out the other end. Again, taking this out of orbit has no effect on the weather whatsoever.
I see.
Or hardly any at all. Or virtually none.
None worth worrying about.
None worth really losing too much sleep over.
Right, have you got £4 to put with that £4?
So I've now lost all that.
Give me another £4.
I've got to say semolina after everything you say. Right, £4.
OK.
That's right. No money left.
Now, I've got £8 in my hand there. Now, what would you rather have, that £8 or semolina?
Semolina!
This is what we want!
Thank you, Sludge. Even more excitement to come. How can we follow that, you ask? That means that Rick Parfitt is our winner here today on Pop Personality Pasta Pie! Well done, Rick! And we have a very special prize for you. Here is the Phantom with your very special Tiswas prize, and it's a bucket of baked beans! Yeah!
First of all, I got to put some manure on them, you see. You know how much they like a bit of manure on plants?
Yes,
semolina, I think.
I know what he's doing. He's doing it jolly well, whatever it is.
Well, of course, you've
So it's nearly 12 o'clock.
It's just remarkably clean.
Incredibly clean. Oh, my. Yeah, the parrot! Go on, you're going to out with the bucket. This is what he wanted. This is why he came.
And we'll have the next letter in the series around the same time next week here on Big Centre Magazine.
Now remember, there are 4 chances to catch up with our special compilation shows Tiswas Pies again here on Big Centre TV.
Yep, they are Saturday nights at 10, Sunday mornings at 10, Wednesday afternoons at 3 and Friday nights at 10:30.
And of course our little bit extra, that's terrible, isn't it? A little bit extra here on the Big Centre Magazine, of course.
Yes, if you want to get in touch with us about Tiswas, just send us a message in our usual way. And don't forget the hashtag, this is what they want.
Now, just before we go, here's a reminder of our challenge for this week.
Yeah, we want to know about any awards that you have received or any achievements for which you've been recognised.
Or can you suggest someone who will be deserving of a special award?
Why not tell us about them? Or if you've got any photos or videos, just send them in and we'll try and show the best ones on a future show.
Yep. Anyway, we've reached the back pages of your Big Centre magazine for another week.
So why not give us a shout about your community news and information? You can promote something going on local to you and it's absolutely free.
Or if there's anything you'd like to talk to us about, don't forget this week's challenge. Then on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, just look us up at Big Centre TV. Or if you want to email us, then send an email into our postbag, which is postbag@bigcentre.tv.
And it's time to click our fingers. There we are. The postal address is the Big Centre magazine, Big Centre TV, 14A, Lower Hall Lane, Walsall, WS1 1RL. Well, I'll be back with What's On Monday night at 7.
And I'm off next week. We're taking my mum on a surprise holiday. So she doesn't know where.
Oh, I was going to say, did she know about the holiday?
Oh, yeah, she does.
Oh,
yeah, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Looks like... Oh, I'm going to have to go up and good old Des. I actually like Des. Yeah. Me and Des. So we'll see then.
I'm going to go and put a bet on now. Try a bit.